Happy Easter, Red Pandas. Today I have a special story for you, an Easter story from Thomas. Thomas dropped this by yesterday, and it's The Easter Bunny That Overslept. And it's by Priscilla and Otto Friedrich, and it's illustrated by Adrian Adams. So let's see what happens when the Easter Bunny doesn't wake up in time. And thank you, Thomas, for sharing this story. It was Kyle, Thomas's daddy's story. So this story's been around for a little while. In his cozy, warm burrow under the ground, the Easter Bunny was sound asleep. He was dreaming of Easter and the brightly painted eggs that he was going to bring to all the children. Easter came at last, but the Easter Bunny kept right on sleeping. Whoopsies. There was no sun to wake him up, and it rained all day long. The children were very disappointed not to find eggs hidden on their lawns or in their homes. But their parents had bought some jelly beans, so they weren't completely forgotten. It rained every day for a month, and the Easter Bunny slept right on. Look at him, just sound asleep. Early in May, the rain stopped. The sun shone and the Easter Bunny's burrow and woke him up. He yawned and stretched and put on his new clothes because, of course, he thought it was Easter time. He even sang a little Easter song that he made up. I hip and I hop, my eggs are blue, red and green too, a pink one for you and a nice and new, hippity hop. Soon he came to a pink house where a mother, a father, a girl, and a boy and a baby were sitting under an apple tree. Let's see what's happening. They were all eating chocolates. All except the baby. He was too little for chocolates, so he held a cracker. The Easter Bunny hopped up and started singing, "Happy Easter to you!" It had the same tune as Happy Birthday. When the Easter Bunny finished his song, he offered his basket of Easter eggs. "What's all this?" asked the father. "What is this rabbit doing here?" "Why, it's the Easter Bunny," said the little girl. "But Easter was weeks ago," said the mother. "Today is Mother's Day." "Bye-bye," said the baby. Those were the only words he could say, so he said them over and over and over. The Easter Bunny decided to try somewhere else. He looked back sadly as he hopped to a yellow house nearby. But no one there wanted any Easter eggs either. He hopped all through the neighborhood, but everywhere he heard the same thing. It was too late for Easter eggs. Some of the people even scolded him for not being on time. Dear. Oh, looks like he's got a new plan. Let's see what his new plan is. The Easter Bunny went back to his burrow. He looked at his beautiful basket of Easter eggs that nobody wanted. He thought, and finally he had an idea. "I'll be the 4th of July Bunny," he said to himself, and he started repainting his eggs red, white, and blue. Then he made himself a red, white, and blue hat, and on the 4th of July he started out again. It was a very hot day, and the bunny's basket began to feel heavier and heavier as he hopped along. When he came to the center of the town, he saw a crowd of people watching a parade. Ooh, look at that. The band came first with trumpets and trombones going oom-pa-pa, oom-pa-pa. Then came soldiers, then came the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts carrying flags. And with them, proudly carrying his basket full of red, white, and blue eggs, hopped the 4th of July Bunny. Do you see him there? Get close up. There he is. "Stop the parade!" shouted an officer. "Stop! Halt!" Everyone stopped. "What's all this? Who are you?" "Well, I'm the Easter Bunny," said the rabbit in a very small voice. He was beginning to be a bit frightened. But I overslept a little, and I started out too late, and nobody wanted my Easter eggs, so I thought I'd be the 4th of July Bunny." "The 4th of July is no time for eggs." The officer looked very cross. "Now go away." And just then, a big firecracker went boom! The children all clapped their hands in delight at the noise. None of them paid any attention to the Easter Bunny. Bang, 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 bang! Smaller firecrackers were going off now. Then a cluster of great rockets went zooming into the sky and turned into a cluster of stars. The parade marched on, and the Easter Bunny was left alone. There he is. I wonder if he has another idea. He tried knocking on several more doors, but everyone thought he was joking. He went back to his burrow and fell asleep again. The summer passed and the days grew shorter, and the leaves blew down from the trees, and still the Easter Bunny slept. Ooh, ooh. One black night, when the wind howled outside, the Easter Bunny heard a loud. He jumped up and opened his door. There, 3 little white ghosts stood in front of him. Boo! Just then, the wind blew very hard, and the white sheets flapped on the 3 little ghosts, and the Easter Bunny looked down and saw 3 pairs of brown shoes. It was Halloween. A trick or a treat, one of the ghosts cried. Wait right here, the Easter Bunny said happily, and he went back into his den to get his Easter eggs. A trick or a treat, the children repeated as he returned with his basket. When they saw the red, white, and blue eggs, the tallest child said, What's this? They're 4th of July eggs, said the Easter Bunny. But this is Halloween, the middle child said. Well, they're really Easter eggs, the unhappy bunny explained, but he was too tired to tell his whole story all over again because he already knew that nobody wanted his eggs. Easter eggs on Halloween, the smallest child said. That's no treat. The Easter Bunny hung his head. He looked so sad the children didn't even play a trick on him. They just ran away laughing. Ha ha! Easter eggs on Halloween! Easter eggs on Halloween! They shouted and their voices got farther away. Easter eggs on Halloween? Who ever heard of such a thing? Oh, the Easter Bunny stood in his doorway and watched them go. He began to shiver and the wind was cold and blowing harder and harder. He waited and he waited for more children to come. Oh, it started to snow, and suddenly a fierce gale swept the little rabbit off his feet and carried him high, high into the air. Look at him up there. Ooh, what a dark and scary night. When at last he came down, he blinked and rubbed his eyes. At first, all he could see was snow. Then he caught sight of a sign that said, Santa's house. The sign was shaped like an arrow, and it was pointing to a curving path that led between 2 rows of Christmas trees. The Easter Bunny hopped down the path, and there, just around the bend, he saw the house. The next moment, he was knocking timidly on the door. Santa himself opened it. Ho, ho, well, bless my soul, he said when he saw the bunny on his doorstep. Come in, come in. So the Easter Bunny went in, and once more he told his story, how he'd overslept and nobody wanted his eggs, how he tried to be the 4th of July bunny, how he'd been chased away, and how the children had come to his burrow to frighten him on Halloween. Well, 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 said Santa Claus. Well, well, there's nothing we can do about your Easter eggs, of course, but if you want to help make the children happy, I have plenty of work for you to do. And almost before he knew it, the Easter Bunny was busy painting toy fire engines and tops and doll beds and many more toys. He was having such a good time he forgot all about the Easter eggs that nobody wanted. On Christmas Eve, Santa loaded the toys on his reindeer sleigh. And when he was ready to start, he said to the bunny, Oh, that's the biggest load I've ever had, maybe. You'd better come along and help me tonight. So the Easter Bunny hopped in the sleigh next to Santa, and off they flew through the sky. See him in there? Looking pretty cute. Sometimes Santa would say the chimney was a little too narrow for him to climb down. Then the Easter Bunny would take some toys from Santa's pack, slide easily down the narrow chimney, and put the toys in the children's stockings that were hanging by the fireplace. And Santa Claus would say, Oh, I never could go up and down all those chimneys as fast as that. And then they would ride gaily on to the next house. See him working there? After they had delivered the last present, they went back to Santa's house for cakes and hot chocolate. The Easter Bunny began to feel a little tired from all his traveling. He decided to go back to his burrow and sleep until Easter came again. "Wait a minute," said Santa Claus. "I have a Christmas present for you, too." He reached deep into his sack and brought out a beautiful gold alarm clock. "Oh, thank you, Santa Claus. I'll set it to go off on Easter Sunday." Go, see that? A beautiful clock. And the next year, when the gold alarm clock, when the gold alarm clock began to ring, the Easter Bunny jumped up and filled 2 baskets full of eggs. Then he hopped up to the same pink house that he had visited the year before. A little boy called, "Hi, Easter Bunny." It was the same baby who could only say bye-bye the year before. "Happy Easter," said the Easter Bunny gaily, and he offered the little boy an Easter egg, and the little boy took it. The Easter Bunny was very happy. It was so nice to be right on time. And because of his gold alarm clock, he was never late delivering his Easter eggs again. Oh, and there you go. Wow, that was awesome. Thank you, Thomas. What a great story. I'm so glad I was able to share that with you guys today. Now I wanted to show you something. Back here I noticed, right here, if you can see, it says copyright 1957. This book has been around a long time, longer than me. Hope you all have a happy Easter. I'll see you next time with our next story. Bye-bye.